There we go. Okay, let's see if I can see what I can do here. Okay, how do you record live? All right, we'll just do it like that. Okay, we'll just do it like that because I don't know what the heck the situation is. So, here we go. Hey, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, I had a bit of an issue here, but anyway. So, we're live. Hey, everybody. Drew Murphy here, Level Up Coaching and Consulting. I want to welcome you back to, welcome you, first of all, to Level Up Group. And also, I want to welcome you to the first webinar of the year. The first mindset webinar of the year. Let me adjust my camera real quick. I had to redo it a little bit because I had some issues with my computer. But anyway, we're all set here. So I really wanted to just welcome you guys to the first webinar of the year. I'm really excited about this. I know you guys are going to enjoy it. I know you guys are going to get a lot out of it. So let me give you a quick couple of announcements first. Pardon me, I got a bit of a cold. So I'm nursing a bit of a cold, so pardon me for that. But anyway, so announcement is this. Every Thursday, we'll continue to have the webinars, the Mindset webinar, every Thursday at 7 p.m. Facebook, the Facebook group, Level Up Group. Every other day, I will be putting up something called Quick Coaching. Pardon me. But today I was supposed to put one up, but I've got this cold going and it's really taking a lot of my energy and my voice and everything else like that. So I wanted to save my voice for today. I was actually going to put it up yesterday, but I couldn't do it because, like I said, I want to save my voice. So once I get past this cold and everything, I get my voice back, then every other day I will be posting videos, what I call quick coaching sessions on the Level Up group. Okay, so that's that. At the end of this, after this mindset session, what we'll do is I'll put the link up on YouTube, and then I'll put the YouTube link up on the Level Up group. You guys, those of you that missed it or want to watch it again or whatever, you can go to YouTube and check it out. But it's only going to be up from Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday. And then Sunday, I'll take it down. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. This is one that I've been really thinking about doing. The name of today's webinar is It Clear to You? Visualization and goal setting. Now, obviously, it's the new year. Everybody's got the whole new year, new me thing going. They really do want to change in their life. They really want to, make some progress. And there are a lot of people out here that are really tired of just the same old hamster wheel, and they really want to, make a change, not only in their life, but in their mindset and in the mindset of how they see themselves, right? So myself as a mindset coach, as a self-worth coach, hang on 1 second. There we go. There we are. Hey, Karina, I see you. As a mindset coach, that's what I specialize in, and that's what I really want to help people with, and that's what I really, really get a kick out of. And I know how important it is, your mindset about yourself, in order for you to make things happen. Okay? Because if you don't care about yourself, and if you're not really have that mindset of, yeah, I am worth it, or I am worthy, or I do want to do this, then whatever it is you want to do, whatever goals you have, they're not going to happen. It's just that simple. It all starts within. Okay? So that's what I thought. That's why I thought this would be a good start of the year to talk about goals, how to set goals, how to visualize goals, what to think about, and everything else like that. So I'm really excited about this. So let's go ahead and get started. Is it clear to you? Visualization and goal setting. Again, those of you that follow me, you know. But those of you that are new, this is how I do it. I want you to write it down. Okay, grab a pen and a pad and write this down, because this is stuff you can use all the time, anytime. Okay. As you see, I printed mine out. Got my information right here in front of me so I can stay on track. Okay. But yeah, write this down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the bullet points. Okay. And you can write them down, and then we'll talk about it, and we'll break it down from top to bottom. All right. So, visualization and goal setting. Bullet point number 1, clarity of goals. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about, clarity of goals. We're going to talk about engage all senses in visualization. It's going to sound a little ridiculous, but we'll get to it. Number 3, we're going to say set short-term and long-term goals. We're going to talk about the difference between them. We're going to talk about goals, ABC, everything else like that. Then we'll talk about the use of vision boards. Use vision boards. We'll talk about practice regular visualization. Practice regular visualization. Okay. Then we'll talk about track progress and adjust growth, or adjust goals. Sorry. Track progress and adjust goals. We'll talk about staying positive and resilient. And then I want to finish off with celebrating small wins and gratitude is the attitude. Okay. So those are the 8 or 9 bullet points that we're going to cover in this webinar. Right? So let's go ahead and get started. Clarity of goals. So first of all, before we go into clarity of goals, and I'm not going to go too deep into this, but let me describe a little bit about a goal. Okay? So there's A goals, B goals, and C goals. Right? A lot of people get confused and think that their B goal is a C goal. Okay. So what's an A goal? An A goal is not really a goal. It's just something that you want to do. That's easy to do, that requires not that much effort. Just a little bit of planning and you get it done. Example. I want to go to Barcelona next year. That's not a C goal. That's an A goal. Because it's not impossible. It's not hard. All you got to do is save your money, buy a ticket, and go to Barcelona. Simple. Right? So that's an A goal. A B goal. A B goal is a goal that requires a little more effort, a little more planning, a little more thought put into it, but it's still achievable. Okay? An A goal is achievable. You want to go to Barcelona, you save your money, you make sure you got your paperwork together, and you buy your ticket and you go to Barcelona. Simple. Right? But so that's achievable. A B goal is also achievable. An example of a B goal would be, I want to go to Barcelona and work for 6 months, right? So I can work on my Spanish and live there for 6 months, or maybe a year, let's say. Let's say you want to go to Barcelona and live for a year, work on your Spanish and whatever else. That's also a very achievable goal. It's not impossible, but it takes a little bit more planning. It takes a little bit more thought put into it. And there's still a few more pieces that need to be moved. Okay. So I'm going to go to Barcelona for a year. So it's not just save my money and buy a ticket and go to Barcelona. It's save my money, buy a ticket. But before I buy a ticket, where am I going to stay? What are all the other logistic things that need to happen? Am I going to study? Am I going to work? If I am going to work, where I'm going to work? There's a few things you need to do and move around, a few pieces you need to move around in order to make that happen. But it can happen if you plan it properly and you investigate, and you do your due diligence and your research and whatever else. Boom. Next thing you know, you're in Barcelona and you're living in, the center, and you're speaking Spanish and you're working and you're doing your thing. You've achieved your goal, right? A C goal is a lot more complicated. The C goal is, you haven't become the person you need to be in order to have that goal. A C goal is so high, it's so far away out of your imagination. It should scare the hell out of you. It should seem so far away yet achievable, right, to you. So it's like somebody says, "Oh, I'm going to move to California and become an actor and a big star," and when everybody say, "Yeah, right," and then next thing you know, you got Robert Downey Jr. or Denzel Washington or Robert De Niro or whoever, right? It's a big ass goal that is so scary, so unachievable in your mind, but you know that's what I want. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know where I'm going to go or what I need because I don't have the resources. I don't have the know-how. I don't have the connections. I don't have any other thing. I'm not the person that I need to be in order to get there. But damn it, that's where I'm going, and that's it. And I'm not stopping until I get there. That's a C goal. Okay. So let me say hello to all of the people who are here. Yes, exactly. A fantasy goal. Thank you, Karina. Thank you for that. A fantasy goal. It's a fantasy. It's something that, is so far out of your mind. It's like, yeah, right, bro. Yeah, right. You're going to do what? Yeah, right. Right. And nobody believes you. Your mother and your family, your sister and them, everybody's laughing at you maybe, right? Or maybe they're supporting you, but they're like, yeah, right. Because it's so crazy, right? And it should scare you to death. It should scare you to death. If it doesn't scare you to death, it's not a C goal, okay? So that's the difference between the A goal, B goal, and C goal, all right? So clarify your goals. Start with that. What goal do I have for 2025? What goals do I have for the next 5 years? What goals do I have for my life, for my mindset, for who I am as a person to be, in the next, 3 to 5 years? What goals do I have? A goals and B goals are not even on the table. We're talking C goals. We're talking high achieving, okay? So that's the first thing you need to do is clarify your goals. And when I say clarify your goal, clearly define your goal in a measurable and specific term. I'll say it again. Clearly define your goal in a measurable and specific term. The universe doesn't work in vague, right? So what I mean by that is you want to avoid vague objectives like, okay, so for example, let's say you have a B goal of losing weight. And that's going to take some work. That's going to take some planning, whatever, right? Oh, I want to lose weight. That's vague. Or if you have a C goal, oh, I want to have, $10 million in my bank account. Okay, that's vague. Be specific. I want to lose, 40 pounds this summer. By the end of the summer, I want to lose 40 pounds. Within 2 years, I want to have my company at, valued at X amount of dollars and have this amount of people, working for me or whatever else. Be very, very, very specific. I want a relationship goal. I want this, and this in my relationship by this period of point in time, right? So you got to be very specific. You can't just say, oh, I want a relationship. That's vague. I want to have this type of relationship. It's very, very specific. So that's the first thing. And aim for concentrate targets. Like I say, I want to increase my income by 20% within the next 6 months. That's a specific goal, okay? And that's a C goal because you may not know how to do it from where you are, right? You may not know what resources or what you need to do, but what you need to do will come to you as long as you know that that's the goal and you're trying to do everything you can as far as the action to get there. The how will come to you. The how will come to you. I did a webinar last year called Don't Worry About the How. It is on YouTube. I'll put the link up. You guys can go check it out. Because a lot of people, this is the thing about a C goal. People go, well, how? And I'm just as guilty. How? And I had my goals about my business and, my life in general. How? How the hell am I going to pull that off? Because all I look at is what needs to be done, not where I'm going or where I want to be. I'm looking at everything that has to happen. And I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know where, the clients are going to come from. The money's going to come from. The this, the that. Don't worry about the how. All you need to worry about is that is where I'm going. Period. I'm going there. And I'm going to step out and I'm going to go there. You open the door, you walk outside and you start walking. Don't worry about the how. The how will come to you as you build, as you work, as you grow, as you continue to stay focused on the goal, as you continue to do every single thing you can to get towards that goal, the actions that you take, the how will come to you. Okay? Always think like this. What can I do today to get me closer to my goal? What can I do today to get me closer to my goal? So every single day, try to do something to get closer to your goal. All right? Now that's clarity of goals. Once you got your goal clear and you know what it is, you know, okay, this is a C goal. This is not just some A or B goal. This is a serious goal about my life. I'm really trying to change my life. I'm really trying to, work on my mindset about myself or work on whatever. This is it. This is it. I'm clear, specific, and I know what I want to do. So now, how do we get to that goal? How do we find the how? How do all these things come together? One of the things you do is what they call engagement of all senses. So they say engage all senses in visualization. So we have 5 senses, right? We can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can taste, and we can touch, right? Or feel, right? So when you have a goal, and I know this sounds silly to some people, because it sounded silly to me. Excuse me. Tell you, boy, this cold is kicking my butt. Engage all 5 senses. So when I say see yourself, because everybody says, oh, visualization. Okay, so this is where I'm going to be. Who is that person? Who is this Drew? Right? Who is it? This is Drew here. This is where Drew wants to go. Who is this Drew? What does he do? What does he read? Who does he associate with? What does he eat? What does he drink? How does he live his life? Who does he talk to? What does he read? All of that, okay? So the senses, when you think about your goal, think about how it feels to already be there. How does it actually feel? My wife is really big on this. She's the one that, she's actually one that actually pushes me when it comes to that specific thing of feel. Can you see yourself with it? Can you see yourself there? So use your eyes. What do you see? What do you see when you see yourself at that goal? Do you see yourself on a beach? Do you see yourself owning your own restaurant? Whatever it is, right? What do you see? So that's the sight. Sound. What do you hear? For me, I'll give you an example. So one of my goals is, with my business, to be able to be anywhere in the world and do it, right? To be anywhere in the world and work and do exactly what it is I'm doing right now, but be someplace else in the world. So in my mind, what I see is I see myself on a beach somewhere. So this is an example. I see myself on a beach somewhere with my wife. We're hanging out. I got the laptop. I got a couple hours of work to do, and then we can hang out on the beach. So I see the beach. I see the water. I see the sand. I see my wife. I see, the people around me. I see it, right? Then I hear the water. I hear the sounds of the people. I hear the kids running around. I hear, the sounds that you would hear when you're on a beach, right? I hear that. What do I smell? I smell the seawater, right? Or I smell the ocean. I may smell the food that's cooking at the grill. Again, I hear the music, right? Then you can even use taste. I can actually taste, we're having, barbecue or whatever else. Like you think, I don't know, that sounds silly to like use taste in your goal, but really, really put yourself in that, become that character. Become that character that has that goal already. What does he eat? How does it taste? What does it smell like? What do you see? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Like I said, I know that sounds crazy. But when you really immerse yourself in that visualization and you really can actually feel 100% that goal has been achieved and you are that human being, you are that person, I'm that Drew and I'm there, that makes it all the more easy to attain because you go even harder and you continue to put in the action and the work necessary to get to that goal because you know what it feels like to already have it. So now when I say this, understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying fake it till you make it. That's something different. That's completely different. That has nothing to do with it. I'm saying visualize yourself as the person that already has whatever it is you're trying to have as far as a goal. Okay? Fake it till you make it is something different. That's pretending that you have something that you actually don't. And there's no real There's no soul in it. There's no real, there's no groove to that. It's fake. It's pretend. It's superficial. There's no real feeling and emotion behind fake it till you make it. There's people that walk around and fake it till they make it. They pretend they're somebody that they're not. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about visualize who you are in that moment of that goal being achieved. And visualize what it feels like, what it smells like, what it tastes like, what it looks like, what it sounds like. And be that person, and then go from there, wherever it is you have to go, and do whatever it is you have to do, as far as action to get to that goal. So that's engage all senses when in visualization. This is easier said than done. So please understand that. This is not going to happen tomorrow. This is a process. Okay? This is they always say this is a marathon, not a sprint. Okay? So understand that you got to take time with it, but take action. All right? So let's talk about set short-term goals and long-term goals. So when you have your vision, your huge vision, your C goal, right? Break that goal down into small, what I say small manageable parts. You can even say actionable steps. Like, okay, for example, my C goal is to, whatever with my company, right? This is my C goal. This is my company. Or you have your relationship goal or your money goal or your, work goal or moving goal, whatever, right? Break it down into small parts. Like I said earlier, what can I do today to get further towards my goal? That's breaking it down in parts. That's breaking it down into small, manageable parts that you can actually take that action and do that. A lot of times people want to take the big goal and then they want to take it all on at once because they're so driven, they're so ready to go, and they're so moving. And what happens is they realize the goal is this big and there's so many different things that they need to do that they get overwhelmed, or they get afraid, or they get discouraged, or they become, they want to back off. Whoa, this might be too much. When you go to your restaurant, and I always use this analogy, when you go to the restaurant and you have your favorite dish, right? Say you like steak, or, I'm a pasta guy. I love pasta. So the waiter comes and brings me my pasta dish. What is it? Lobster fettuccine, let's just say. And I love lobster fettuccine, by the way. It's been a while since I had it, but I really do love lobster fettuccine. Anyway, so my wife and I were sitting down. We're having our meal. She has her, chicken Alfredo. I have my lobster fettuccine. We have a glass of wine. We have the bread, the salad, whatever, right? You don't take the whole plate of lobster fettuccine and put it in your mouth. You physically can't do it. It's physically impossible to put all of that food in your mouth, right? You take it fork by fork, right? You take your time with it. You enjoy the process. You're having a conversation, or I'm having a conversation with the wifey. We have a glass of wine. We're laughing. We're looking at the ambiance. It's an experience, right? And it's a pleasant experience. It's the same thing with your goal. You can't do it all at once. Take your time, right? Break it down into small parts that you can manage, that you can handle, and enjoy the process of it. Enjoy the process of going towards that goal. When I say enjoy the process, I'm not saying take your time and, lollygag and drag ass. That's not what I mean. It shouldn't feel like a chore going towards your goal. It shouldn't feel like, oh man, I gotta make this goal happen. No, it should be enjoyable. It's something you should look forward to. It's something that you really, really want, right? So take your time, enjoy the process, break it down piece by piece by piece. So you have short-term goals and long-term goals. So long-term goals provide direction. Short-term goals will build momentum and motivation towards that direction. Does that make sense? When you have a long-term goal, you know the direction you're going. Okay, I know I'm going to get there. It's going to take some time, but I know I'm going to get there. Okay, but the short-term goals are the things that I need to do in preparation to get there. And that's going to help keep me motivated. Because when I do these different actions, whatever they are, I get, okay, I did that. Okay, I accomplished that. That gives me motivation to keep going, and that's going to build your momentum to get you further and closer to your goal, further along and closer to your goal. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay. Let's see what we have here. The next one is use vision boards. There's something going on here with my, there we go. Something weird with the connection here. Okay. Anyway, use vision boards. Now this one, again, my wife. Got to talk about my wife. She's been telling me, because we talk a lot about this type of stuff. And we talk about it all the time. It's pretty much all we talk about, really, is trying to build and everything else like that. And she's like, vision boards. We had talked about it a while ago. She has her vision board and I should have mine. But I'm really bad at that. This year, I'm actually going to start my vision board. Now, I have a vision board on my computer. But I think that my wife, she's into the, having it like physical, like you can see it, you can touch it, tangible, right? And that's a good idea. A lot of people have a vision board, if those of you that don't know, you have a goal of things that you want. So in your mind, you have these things that you want, a house, a car, whatever. So I'll use a superficial example. Say you want to be, you want to have a certain amount of money within a certain amount of time. Because you want to, be and do this kind of thing. Well, what kind of things represents that? A really nice watch, a nice car, a nice house, the material things. So let's say that that's what you want. You really want a nice Rolex. You really want a nice car, a specific car. Then print out a picture of those things, and make like a board like this, and put those pictures of those things on that board, and then stare at them every day. It doesn't have to be pictures. I have little Post-it notes. I don't know if I have any here I can show you. But Post-it notes, little bright colored Post-it notes, bright pink and bright orange and bright yellow and green and whatever they are, blue, whatever. And I write down my, the things, like the goals that I have or whatever. But I write them down in present tense, as if they already, happened. So I kind of use that as a vision board. That's just a visual representation of your goals. Images, quotes, affirmations. It doesn't have to be pictures, right? But a lot of people use pictures that, makes sense. But like I say, for me, it's more, affirmations. Or not even really affirmations. Honestly, it's just, I'll write down my goal. I'm so grateful that, and whatever it is, the goal that you haven't achieved yet, but write it down in present tense as if you have achieved it, right? And make 5 of those, post them somewhere where you can see them, in your bedroom, in your bathroom, wherever, and then read them every day. That's a vision board. That's something that, because what it does is it puts a visual image in your mind. When you read it and you see it, it goes in your brain all the time, and it goes into the self-conscious. It goes into the subconscious. It goes into the subconscious. And it trains your subconscious to think that way every single day. So I'm big on that. I think that's a very good thing. Now, number 5 is practice regular visualization. So my coach, oh, okay, yeah, I guess the sound cut out. Sorry about that, guys. Excuse me. Practice regular visualization. So my coach, when we first started our coaching relationship, if you want to call it that, when she first started coaching me, one of the first things she did in one of the first lessons that I studied within her program was, like your goals, whatever they are. Like I said earlier, visualization, vision board, whatever, write it down, whatever. And she said, every 3 hours, repeat it. Every 3 hours. And I was like, that's ridiculous. Who the hell has time to repeat the same? It's crazy. But I started doing it. And then I kind of got away from it, kind of fell off a little bit. Now I'm back on it. So practice regular visualization. Now, you don't have to visualize your goal every 3 hours. But what I would say to you is dedicate a specific time of the day, whatever it is, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it takes, every single day at least, and visualize and really get into the spirit, the zone, into character of whatever that goal is. Okay? But not just the goal. Who are you? Who is the person that has achieved that goal? What do they do? Like I say, what do they read? What do they eat? Who do they associate with? What kind of music do they listen to? Whatever, all of those things. What type of human being is that person? Because you haven't gotten to that person. You haven't become that human being yet. That is why you haven't achieved that goal yet. There's nothing wrong with you as a person now, but that person has, there's growth that needs to happen, that needs to take place in order for you to get to that point. Does that make sense? So who is that person? And really internalize that and pick a specific time of the day or whatever to do that every single day. Consistently. And that will prepare you mentally, okay, to be motivated to continue. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope that makes sense to everybody. So let's talk about tracking progress and adjusting goals. So continuously monitor your progress, make adjustments if needed. Setting milestones helps measure success and refine your approach. So, tracking progress. What I tell my clients, excuse me, what I tell my clients is make a priority list. Okay? Make a list of action. There's a priority list, and then there's the actions list. Priority list. What are the things that are most important that need to be done in order for me to get to where it is I need to do? Okay, what actions do I need to take today? Right? And mark those actions off. Okay? And that, if you tracking your progress, there's a whole bunch of apps on your phone. There's the internet. There's a multitude of different, you can come up with stuff on your own, whatever. There's a multitude of different ways to actually have, these sort of programs that help track your progress. You know how when you have these fitness apps that track how far you ran or how much you walked or whatever, it's the same thing with your progress. Type in what you've done, what needs to be done, and what you need to do and whatever else. Tracking your progress will keep you, what it does is it keeps you motivated because okay, I need to do that. But at the same time, it holds you accountable. You're held accountable to yourself. You go, okay, now I know on Wednesday I need to, whatever, go to the gym, whatever it is. So if I don't write that down, if I didn't go, I can't write it down. I can't lie and say I went when I didn't. So you tracking your progress, it holds you accountable. And then also understand that you have to adjust and pivot and move, be flexible with, the goals. Maybe you want to do, like I said, break it down to smaller parts. Maybe there's one of these smaller parts, these one actions that you need to do in order to get toward, your goal. Maybe you can't do it that way. Maybe you have to do it this way. I can't think of a good example, but, okay, so let me see. As far as I use myself as an example with my company, building the company, I am on social media every day, right? So maybe I can't do this social media stuff once a week. Maybe I have to step it up and do it every day. You know what I mean? You have to make sure you have to be able to be flexible. And then if I do it every day, maybe I can't do these reels. Maybe I need to do this type of reel, this day, and then do this day. You just got to learn how to move around. Is basically what I'm saying. Don't be so closed-minded and fixated only on the goal and nothing else, and you can't be flexible and go, oh, well, maybe I know to go left. Maybe I need to go right. Maybe I need to slow down. Maybe you know what I mean? You got to be able to move around, and you got to be able to be flexible with it, because if not, you're gonna paint yourself in a corner, and then you'll be stuck, or it won't work out the way you want it to. And then what happens with that? Now you're overwhelmed, you're frustrated, you're pissed off. Now you got anxiety. Now you feel like you're in a hurry, in a rush, and you're stressed, and you have all these other negative emotions that put you in this downward spiral. And that'll stop you from getting towards your goal. That's not what we want. So make sure you stay flexible. And let's talk about stay positive and persistent. Well, visualization and goal setting require what? A positive mindset. And resilience, which means you keep going. You don't stop. I don't care what happens. You don't stop. You'll have setbacks. You'll have failures. You'll have challenges. That is part of life. It is going to happen, right? So understand that when you do have those challenges, those setbacks or whatever, use them as stepping stones. Use them as learning opportunities, okay? This is something that I've learned just over time in life, but also when building a company. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have things. Shit's just not going to go the way you want it to all the time. That's just the way it is. So use that failure, that mistake, that whatever, as a learning. What can I learn? What happened? Okay. All right. Well, I know not to do that again. Oh, I should have. Okay. Maybe I should take that and do. You understand what I'm saying? Use it as a learning experience. That is staying positive, and that is also staying resilient. Okay? All of this affirmation and self-belief is good, but you have to have the action, and you have to understand that overcoming setbacks, the only way to really overcome these setbacks is to use them as fuel. Because that's all it is an opportunity to learn. Okay? That is all. It's just an opportunity to learn, which will give you momentum to help you be committed and stay committed to your vision. So, the last two things I want to talk about real quick before I wind this up is celebrate small wins. When I said earlier about in number 6, tracking your progress and adjusting your goals, celebrate small wins. A win is a win is a win. It doesn't matter how big or how small, how significant or how insignificant it is. Celebrate those wins. Why? It's motivation. Again, oh, I did that. Okay, while you're tracking your progress, while you made your priority list of things that need to be done, the actions that need to be taken for the day, and you do those actions, and then you sit back and you review and you go, damn, I did that. Celebrate that, because that's going to give you the motivation to keep going. That motivation is going to build momentum so that you can continue to go on and on and on. Again, I told you earlier at the beginning of this webinar, it is a marathon. It is not a sprint, right? Slow down. Enjoy the process. Take your time. Okay, I'm not saying waste time and lollygag and bullshit about. No, handle your business, but don't be in a hurry. Don't be so stressed out. Oh, I got to get there. I got to get there. You're going to get there. Take your time, do your thing, and celebrate the small wins. One last thing I want to tell you guys before I let you go is gratitude is the attitude. So there's a lot of practices that you can use, a lot of practices you can, do to put yourself in the right mind frame and the right mindset to, when going towards your goal, especially when you have like setbacks and you're not really feeling 100% because something happened or, you're going through something or whatever. Always use gratitude. That's what I do. I'm really big on gratitude. I'm very grateful for. Now, when I say gratitude, for example, gratitude meditation is something that I'm really big on. Excuse me. Gratitude meditation. So I wake up in the morning and I think about the things that I'm grateful for. Now, I'm not talking about grateful for the love of my wife and my kids and blah, blah, blah. Sure, of course. I love my woman and I'm very grateful for our relationship and what we have. I'm very grateful that my children are healthy and so on and so forth. But that's not really what I'm talking about. When I say gratitude, I'm grateful for where I am in life, how far I've come, what I have learned, the tools that I have now that I can use to, benefit and help me in my life as well as help others. The opportunity that I have to have a voice that actually is beneficial and helpful to other people. The fact that I can actually stand here and do exactly what it is I'm doing, that's what you understand what I'm saying when I say grateful? I get deeper with it, not just, superficial, shallow, deep, gratitude. Like, oh, I woke up this morning. Well, that's a good thing. But really go deep into who you are and what you're happy about and grateful for within yourself. Okay? That will create momentum for you to be motivated to continue going forward. Okay? Gratitude. Always know that it's going to get better. Always know that the glass is always half full. As long as you continue to push forward, as long as you continue to do what you got to do, take the actions that you need to take, okay? Learn from the mistakes, learn from the setbacks, and focus on your goal, there's no stopping you, okay? There's no stopping you. So this concludes today's webinar. I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed it. Whatever you got out of it, I want you to do me a favor. Whatever you got out of it, put it down in the comments. And what I'll do is like I said, I'll put it up on YouTube and I'll send the link on to the Level Up group. You guys can go check it out again or tell somebody else to go check it out or whatever. And then it'll be done. It'll be gone by Sunday. So stay tuned for more information. Stay tuned for more coaching tips. Stay tuned for more content coming up on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Those of you that follow me on all platforms, every day something's going to come out, at least once or twice a day, maybe 3 times a day. So stay tuned, okay? Thank you very much, and you guys take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.